What's up, APM students? In this video, I'm going to help you get a pass on your upcoming ACCA exam. I'm going to take you through the 3 most common mistakes that I see APM candidates make when I am marking their mock exams, and I'll also show you solutions to those problems so you can avoid making those mistakes yourself. Without further ado, let's get started. To demonstrate the 3 common problems that students face in APM, I'm going to use the question Corsuisk from the APM specimen exam. That's question number 2. You can find this in the ACCA practice platform. Before you continue watching this video, I recommend you give this question a try, specifically requirement A. I'm going to take you through requirement A, demonstrating the problems and the solutions to the problem. So pause the video, block out 45 minutes, give this question a try, and then come back when you're done. Welcome back. Now that you've tried the question, let's move on and let's look at those 3 common problems. I'm going to take you through requirement 1, or requirement A, the introduction of the JIT system. Now, as you know, an idiosyncrasy in APM is that you do not have enough information in this requirement to answer the question. We need to go into the exhibits and find that embedded requirement, and we can find that right here. The CEO asked us, as a management consultant, to assess. There's that verb, so important you find that verb. We are assessing changes which Corsuisk will have to make in 2 areas, purchasing and production, in order to supply goods to Eric on JIT basis. Now that we found the task and we know what to do, let's dive in and look at the 3 common problems and solutions for avoiding those problems. Here's the first problem. Let's read. Corsuisk currently works with 4 suppliers of varying quality. Well, at this point, I have only described the situation, absolutely no mark for that sentence. However, to assess something, you've got to identify it, so it's okay to write that if you write more. Now, let's continue. They need to reduce this pool and only work with the 2 suppliers who can provide the highest quality. Problem number 1, not answering the question that is asked. Guys, the verb was assess. When you are assessing something, you've got to show some kind of judgment. Is the item that we are assessing a positive thing, a negative thing? What's the impact? Here we have described the change. We have not assessed the change that is required. Here's the fix. So what I wrote before was a good start. However, I'm adding more. They need to reduce this pool and only work with the 2 suppliers who can provide the highest quality so they can meet E's demands. Look at that, linking it to the story, justifying my point, which we'll talk about in a second. Now, developing this change, they're going to need to form strategic partnerships with these 2 suppliers and integrate IT systems with them to make ordering and invoicing more efficient. This will impact IT systems, contracts, and SLAs, a big change. Guys, that is an assessment. Is the change big or small? What needs to change? Why does it need to change? I'm confident marks are happening here in this paragraph. I'm betting there are 2, maybe even 3 marks for this well-developed point. I made my point. I developed it. I tied it together with this nice statement about the impact. So if I can do this 3 more times, I'm confident I'd be in the passing zone. Moving on to problem 2. My first impression is that this writing looks awesome. Loving the signposting. That's evidence that this student has planned out their answer before they started writing. Loving the linking to the story. C, currently only checks quality at the end of production. This means that defective units are found right before shipping and increases the risk of missing delays. Setting the stage. No mark there yet. That's no assessment of the change, but that's leading to the change. So what's the change? They need to move to checking quality at the end of each process instead. Awesome idea, but it doesn't get a mark. This is the classic APM mistake of not justifying your points, an unsupported argument. Avoid this at all costs. How do we fix this? Easy. Justify your answer. Why will this help? Because it will make the entire workforce more accountable for quality and reduce the number of defects. However, this might be a big change for the workforce who will need training and new job descriptions now. It's a great answer. Marks are flying. I made my point. I justified my point. I developed it further. So I'm confident multiple marks are happening in this paragraph. Guys, avoid the unjustified points, the unsupported arguments at all costs. When I work with resitters, that is usually the fix. That can turn your 40 into a 55 or a 60. Problem number 3, and this is an extreme example. Right now, the bonus is based on efficiency. So this student is writing much too briefly, not answering the question that is asked. And how do we fix this, guys? Develop your answers further. Right now, the bonus is based on efficiency, but this is a problem. Look at this. However, this is not aligned with E's evolving requirements, which need smaller, more customized batches. The bonus metric should be changed. There's the change. For example, defective units to better align with meeting the requirements of E. Succinct, well-developed idea. So avoid the single sentence bullet point answers. Develop your ideas further. And a great tool to doing this is using these linking words. For example, however, also, for example, because. Say those words often in your writing, in your APM exam. That's going to force you to develop your ideas further. You can even start the exam by writing those words down as a reminder to ensure that you use them. When you're wrapping up the exam, you can delete that. So remember, because, however, also, for example. Use those linking words and you'll be developing your ideas further. Here's the answer when we're all done. Boy, looking good. Headings right from the embedded task. Look at purchasing and production. The verb is assess, so I'm throwing down an overall comment. Are identified during the planning stage. Then they are developed during the writing stage. This means I will be earning technical marks and I'll be earning professional marks. I'm answering the question that is precisely asked. I'm looking at purchasing and production. The verb is assess. I'm giving an overall comment, which can get a mark by itself. All of my points are justified. I'm linking my arguments to evidence from the story, so the A and E marks are happening. Business Acumen marks are flying off of this script. I'm using practical examples. My points are directly from the story. My ideas fit in the context of this production company. I'm trying to provide helpful advice to this CEO. Guys, so the business acumen marks are flying off the page. Now, in this particular question, there were skepticism marks for challenging something that a manager said. Well, I missed that. C'est la vie. Can't get all of them, but I'm sure I've got a comfortable pass on the professional marks. Guys, you can download this example. The link is in the description. APM team, there you have it. 3 common problems and how to fix them. Hope you found this video useful. Right here, you can find my other APM support videos. You can give the video a like if you found it useful. Guys, good luck on your upcoming APM exam.